Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pikmin 2. In the last episode, well, we had a fucking shocker in the last episode, to put it very delicately, and the calibration of my Wii remote must be well off, because I'm pointing like into the wall to the right of my desk there for that. So yes, in the last episode, we got all but obliterated by a decorated cannon beetle lava. He hit us real hard. This episode, well, first off here, we have got a... I've still got Bulbmin, haven't I? Yep, cool. But of course it didn't organize them all when I held A and said, please throw Bulbmin. No, that would have been way too easy. But hey, we got some whites as well. We're going to make a profit in whites in this cavern, if nothing else, and it really does seem like that, if nothing else, is surprisingly accurate at this point. Not that I am sad or anything, but I am deeply, deeply sad. So this level's thing is this level likes to drop rocks on you, as you can see from there. The main thing you want to do here is avoid, until you are very much ready, taking on the adult orange Bulblax. So with these guys, we just want to make sure we've got purples ready, and we've really got purples ready, so purples actually move to the front rather than just being allegedly there. Avoid the falling rocks, because that's what this level does, and there we go. We can stunlock him with the purples, which we have done. That's great. He's dead, and then let's just try and squit all his fellows. Oh, I heard the sound of a Pikmin screaming. That's not good. Cool. Right, let's leave everyone for now. I actually want to clear out this level before I start moving shit around, because, yes, as you can see, lots of falling rocks. It's a very disturbingly common thing on this level, so you kind of want to trigger almost all of that before really starting to bring shit back. But yes, as you can see, there are a fair few of these orange Bulblax. There's 3 of them particularly, and once again, there's usually only 2. I'm getting the bad version of all of these things. Right, let's throw everyone at this guy. Cool, he's dead. Happy days. And then we've got one more over here. Ooh. If you're kind of tricksy... Of course it was a purple. Why would it not be a purple? Motherfucker, this cave is doing me in. Right, here he's got friends, unfortunately, which are in front of him. But we'll just try and shut them over him. And squit a few if we can. Oh, we killed him, and we killed his buddies. Wonderful. Cool. Right, let's get everyone digging up the treasure that's in this corner. And then we'll get everything now moving back, because I think we've triggered almost all, let's be honest, of the shit that falls from the sky in this level, really. So, there's a yo-yo buried deep underground here, and then I believe we can also use these final few guys to get this little ringy-dingy bell. Oh, motherfucker! Oh, I thought I'd lost more purples to it. God, this has been a rough cave for my purples. Sorry, lads. And apparently they're not even smart. The ones who remain are intimidated enough they ain't even grabbing onto this thing. Cool, right. Let's move all of this shit around. That thing's been pushed out of the way and it's not even a live Bulblax. Right. Speed her on while I gather the remaining shit. So, first off, the yo-yo gets here. So this for 120 quid is the Flame Tiller. That was, I knew it began as like flame or flaming, but I couldn't remember exactly what the name was until it appeared right there. Next up, for 120 quid, we get the Spouse Alert, which is a fantastic name for a warning chime, which is essentially what that thing is. That's actually it for treasures, but we have got a lot more orange Bulblax to take care of here. Actually, considering how rough some of the other levels went, this one's actually gone pretty well, but, I mean, the damage is done, quite frankly, but still. You know, I'll take every little I can get, quite frankly. Let's put everyone onto these, and then... just get ready, I suppose, to, once everyone's collected, go down to the final level. Right, I think that's basically it, so down we go. So, welcome to the boss of Frontier Cavern, which can really fuck you if you're not prepared for it. Listen to the sounds. You'll hear a regular farting sound, and then meh, occasionally following it. I will explain that in just a second. For now, I want to throw my Bulbmin up there. Oh, here we go. Here's a Bulblax lava. Tiny little baby Bulblax. Very easy to fight. So I'll throw my Bulbmin up there. And I'm going to throw my reds up there. And that should be sufficient for my goals for now. So, I'm going to leave Olimar down there because he's slightly more damaged and take the President up. So, you will come across through this, these little fellas. So these are Bulborb Lava. They will, fortunately, especially once you've got the Rocket Fist, die in a single hit. And they will often drop Nectar. Don't let that fool you. They can deal quite a lot of damage to captains and quite a lot of damage to Pikmin during that time. Here is the source of them. Everyone's favourite, Empress Bulblax. Yes, we fought her once before in the where are we? Valley of Repose, but she's back now. Take my word for this. Kill all of the babies before you even start fighting her. So now you'll notice her abdomen is spewing out the babies. And these guys can absolutely rinse you. Their ability to drink down Pikmin is remarkable. But you'll notice this is why I threw Pikmin up, because it's far easier to throw them up there than then bring them all the way around. So she is spitting out the babies, but we fight her the same way as we did last time. So we fart, and then we throw everyone onto her, and we watch for her to go left, right, left, right, left, right. There's your chance to whistle everyone off. You notice all I'm taking is Bulbmen, because I don't care if Bulbmen die or not, because you can't take them out the cave, and Red, because Reds are easy. I'm actually, while she's still rolling around, I'm going to dismiss them and punch these guys to death, because, as I say, they can eat a Pikmin in a fucking second, and you don't want to take that risk, quite frankly. Right, let's whistle everyone back again, and I'm really, generally speaking, going to take this fight slowly, because there's no need to rush it. When she does her left and right rolling, as you see, she crushes most of her offspring, which is fine for me. Bad for, nature and natural selection, but, and there we go. Let's whistle everyone back, and you know what? It's weird to put the speeder on during a boss fight, but we've also fought this boss before, so, there we go. And there we go. So when the Empress dies, she leaves behind the same freaky form she did last time. And she leaves behind this. Olfactory sensors overloading, approaching outer stink limits. That stench must be emanating from that object. Fortunately we killed that guy off camera because he was already kind of squitted when we got there. We'll put everyone on the object for now, I suppose. And then I'll actually have Olimar throw up a few more Pikmin, mostly purples. If we throw them up here, then we can use them for carrying a bit more effectively, I suppose. Come on. Oh, God, I've got so few purples left. God, that's depressing. I was like, where are my purples? And I'm like, oh, they're upstairs. Dead. I'm depressed by this game just because we had a couple of things at absolutely the wrong time just go really badly wrong, and it's fucked me hard, and I'm gonna have to spend a significant amount of time grinding purples between this episode and next. Well, I mean, I'll do it as a thing where we'll at least get to see stuff during that time, because I'll do some of my reading of sales pitches during that episode, but it's time and it's effort, Anyway, here is our power-up for this dungeon. Actually, the final power-up in the game, basically. It is, actually, literally. For 100 quid, the Repugnant Appendage. This object has pockets of air underneath its surface. It is perfect for the boots I am making. Processing complete. Nano-assemblage of the Rush boots is complete. Concluded, even. These nullify wind resistance by circulating air beneath the soles, because that works. You'll move faster, and you'll no longer be blown down by Puffy Blowhog's nasal blasts. That's great, but the disadvantage of these things is that they're shit. Basically, hooray, we move faster. Do our Pikmin move faster? Not in the least. And as such, something that makes you move faster but makes your Pikmin move the same speed just means, even with Flower Pikmin now, it's just easier for your captains to accidentally get away from them, and that's not a good power-up. It's one of the many reasons, like, don't get me wrong, the Rocket Fist is great, but that's one of the reasons why the Frontier Cavern has been one of the final, it has been the final cavern that I've done of the ones we've got access to, because it's just its treasure is really a bit guff. Anyway, with that, let's head to the surface. So, at least we got everything in Frontier Cavern, which is great, but we lost 44 Pikmin. That is That's bad, and I know we lost a lot of purple, so I'm gonna be depressed to see the readout at the end of the day. But hey, let's skip straight there because we've got everything we need in the Valley of the Repose anyway. I'll gather a few more Pikmin, but other than that, right then, let's see the damage. It's the number of purples is the one that's going to hurt me the most. I mean, we've got an ass ton of money. We've got nearly 2 grand, which is great. Not that it matters at this point, because we've already solved the debt. Ooh, 48 to 33. So that's 15 purples lost. And that's with the 5 we made up in the Cavern. That's abysmal. Actually, the damage on the other Pikmin colours isn't that bad. As in, we made some whites. We lost a few reds. We actually lost mostly purples. That's deeply infuriating, quite frankly, because they're the ones that are so hard to make up otherwise. Yeah, lost a lot to battle. Still, 2 to poison. Oh, it must have been from that doodlebug right at the beginning, but it was that fucking badly timed white spotty Bulborb. Anyway. Mail. Olimar, you've worked so hard. Your special bonus arrived today. This is the first, right? This is a first, right? I bought the kids a few things they were been wanting. They were so happy, and so was I. It's nice to actually get an email from the other people in the world rather than just from the president, which is all you get until you've cleared the debt of the president, like hiding under the bridge and making friends with the raccoons. Anyway, we've cleared the Valley of Repose at least, and we've also cleared the Awakening Wood. So next time we're going to be getting on and clearing up the perplexing pool with 2 more treasures above ground. But for now, bit of reading to end the episode off. So these little things, which you only get spewed by Empress Bulblax, the Bulborb Lava. Notice, yeah, when I throw Pikmin, look at the speed with which they actually devour them. It's quite something. Oh no! Oh, went over the treasure hole by accident. Well, we've collected the Frozen series. They are all in the Frontier Cavern. Chase away winter doldrums with this festive set. We've also connected the Hypertechnology series. Everyone loves a new gadget. Once you've collected a series, I say, you get the ship's sales pitch for them. Oh, and this is worth knowing as well. You've collected the Explorer's Friends series. Everyone has friends, except for spaceships. But the Explorer's Friends are the ones that get you power-ups, which is what tells us we've actually got all the power-ups in the game. But yes, these guys, yeah, like, if you see how they devour Pikmin carrots, they eat them instantly. And they do that to your Pikmin. They are small and they die easily, but they can absolutely wreck you. These are Oculus Bambini. Great name for Bulb Lava. Though they're lava, so they should have the same species name as the parent that spawned them anyway. As the name implies, this creature is a Bulborb in the early stages of development. Its distinctive Bulborb coloration has yet to appear, but it already exhibits other uniquely Bulborb characteristics. It is capable of hunting nourishment independently without the help of its parents. I'll agree with that very much so. The final Dweevil in our collection, the Caustic Dweevil. Oh, I call it the Munge Dweevil, and the Munge Dweevil is actually the purple one. The water one is the Caustic Dweevil. Mandarachnia sulfurinid. Dweevil family. The Caustic Dweevil is one of a member of insect families known for mimicking blah blah blah, carries things on its back. Other members of the species have body colour, behavioural patterns, none of these special... This makes it clear that it is a relative of the family. When attacked by enemies, the Caustic Dweevil spits out bodily fluids in response. Spacesuits corrode and oxidize when they come in contact with this highly acidic liquid. But it also, to Pikmin, it only drowns them. The Mammuta. Unknown and unknown family. The imbalanced asymmetrical arms of the Mammuta are among its most notable features. Feeding on seeds and fruit, the Mammuta is known to actually sow and grow plant species. While other species have exhibited seed-burying behaviour for the purposes of storage, the Mammuta is the only known species so far to actually cultivate fields of plants. And then the boss we've actually seen is already, we've seen Empress Bulblax before, so no new entry there, so we'll just get on to the treasures. So, number 1... Here we go, the Fossilized Earth. This dead beast has the form of an animal, and yet it is encased in an organic compound. I concluded that it's a groundbreaking biological discovery. The ship says it's nothing more than a wooden statue. I wish it had more of an imagination. No, then it would probably talk even more than it does now. That would be bad. Oh wow, there's a lot. Obviously there's all these Christmas things. Today we ventured across the plains to reach a cold cavern. I'd been meaning to spelunk. A cold cavern I'd been meaning to spelunk. Spelunking is the act of exploring a cave. The Pikmin had a hard time coping with the bitter cold, but they were real troopers. Somehow they summoned the strength to carry this box, and I hope it's full of treasure. The fleeting art form. Some works of art are timeless, while others are fleeting. Once lit, this sculpted pillar of wax will burn with glory for a short time before flaming out. The purpose of this piece of art is to help us envision our final moment of flaming glory. Holy shit, that was intense. Today we search the caverns located at the far end of the Valley of Repose. To ensure that we're fully combing the region for treasure, we have to check every cave. Thanks to that diligence, we found this very item. To memorialise our exploration into the unknown, I named that cave Frontier Cavern. The spouse alert. Sometimes I miss my carefree bachelor days. Once you have a family, those days are history. I like spending time with my wife, but sometimes I just want to be alone. The Innocence Lost. This stirring object reminds me of a dream I once had. When I was a child, the twinkling stars held so much promise and mystery. I mean, also he became a space captain, so it can't have gone that badly. The Essential Furnishing. This object sparkles beautifully. It's enormous, but I think it would make a great party decoration. That reminds me of the last time my family and I threw a party. I was busy at work, and I couldn't make it, so my wife and kids enjoyed the party without me. Ugh, my family grows further and further away each day. Well, maybe she'd be a better husband then, rather than going on space voyages for the sake of capitalism. And finally, the Icon of Progress. The last cave we searched today yielded a wide variety of oddly shaped and bizarrely coloured treasures. For instance, this crooked object appears to be a boot, but is adorned with several strange modifications. Perhaps it's some kind of modern art. The final entry we had in this series, the Temporal Mechanism. While exploring this warped land, I got the feeling that time passed faster than usual. Upon researching further, I realised it was just my mind playing tricks on me. But whenever I touch this object, I can feel the space-time continuum bending. Whoa, suddenly this is all very hard to believe. I need a nap. The Unspeakable Wonder. What is this? I've encountered countless treasures on this expedition, but I've never seen anything like this. All I can say about it is that it's both astounding and absurd. The Essence of Rage. This crimson jewel was found in a hole deep below the icy surface. When viewed from a distance, the gem's dazzling red sparkle looks like a dancing flame. Of course, the dancing flames may just be a symptom of acute hypothermia. I don't read these before time, as you might have noticed, and sometimes they really catch me off guard. That was surprisingly funny. The Gemstar Husband. The captain views his ship as a brother and a partner, and someone he can trust with his life. It is crucial for them to develop an unquestionable, unfaltering trust. But I refuse to believe that this simple trinket is some kind of living gem. That's insane! The Omniscient Sphere, another one in our collection of marbles. Oh, according to our analysis, this object has a high intellectual capacity. But if it's so smart, why won't it pass some of its wisdom on to me? The Flame Tiller. Investigating alien objects provides me with an opportunity to solve new mysteries. For example, when I roped this object, I discovered it's perfect for tilling land. Usually, I have the machine analyze treasures that we find, but sometimes I like to But sometimes I like to examine artifacts with my razor-sharp intellect. These chess pieces. At first, the worthless statue. At first, this object looked impressive, but on closer inspection reveals it's just a cheap statue. In many ways, it reminds me of my father. I probably shouldn't tell him that. Jesus Christ. Going in deep here, Olimar. And the priceless statue. This statue's features the statue features an astounding degree of detail. It looks a lot like a present I gave my mum for Mother's Day. I miss her, sometimes. So I suppose he talks about his dad with the king and his mum with the queen, but it's weird that even though one is called priceless and one that's called worthless, they're both only worth 80 bocos, so they are the same in that regard. Very strange. Anyway, finally we have the two power-ups from this. Number one, the Brute Knuckles. Uncharted planets like this one are often teeming with hazardous fauna. The Pikmin are usually nearby to defend me, but there are times when I need to lay down the law with my own hands. For example, if a creature were to try and eat me, I'd have to beat it down. I dream about that all the time. And then finally, the Repugnant Appendage. This aromatic object secretes a tangy odour that could knock out a Bulblax. I'm with the ship on this one. I don't want to touch it either, but I must. For the sake of the company and my family, I must summon the strength to carry on. And on that note, we'll leave it there. So we have completed the, not the Perplexing Pool, we completed the Valley of Repose and the Awakening Wood. Next episode, we're going to finish off with the Perplexing Pool, build up our Pikmin numbers a little bit, and just gather those final few treasures, and then we'll be going over to the final area of the game, the Wistful Wild. I hope you'll join me then. Thank you very much, and good day.